What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stock. Today is September the 10th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that though, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, not a lot in data points today. What is really going to be moving the market is going to be coming after hours today and tomorrow. And you already see a lot of articles kind of referring to both. So one of which is CPI coming out tomorrow. So you already have some last minute jitters associated to that. As well, after hours, you have that presidential debate. Not going to get into politics or anything here, but I think generally we already know that this is going to have, it could definitely rock the broader market dependent on what is said. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. At the time of doing this video, futures are starting to turn slightly more positive. So NASDAQ is down 0.08, S&P pretty much flat, and Dow is down 0.1. So it looks like today wants to be another relatively good day. And just as well at the same time, a lot of stocks are going to be heavily reliant on its own technicals. So a lot of stocks I'm going to be talking on that big money is getting in, they don't actually have all that much news. So spoiler alert a little bit, but starting off, SOFI. SOFI, no actual news. They did participate in that conference yesterday, which I feel they did say a lot of good things. The market doesn't really seem to agree because it only did go up 1% yesterday, but this morning it is up slightly. Shorts have been really a pain in SOFI's back, and you can kind of see just generally how they started to really get back into SOFI just based on that chart right there. 18.1% of the free float is being shorted. I don't anticipate shorts to be relatively active today. Most likely it'll be because of CPI, PPI. So Wednesday, Thursday, and then obviously Friday we'll be digesting everything that recently came out. So anticipate them to be not, or kind of quiet today if you want to consider it that way. But right now with it at a 711, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 690 will be the strong support, and then 728 will be that next strong kind of resistance slash target. Yesterday didn't touch either of them, so most likely in my opinion is going to have another run towards this pivot point right here. And again, we'll just have to wait and see if it has enough momentum behind it to really push higher. So BLMZ, so at the time of doing this video, it is up 25.65%, and they haven't had any news today. The last news that they did put out was this right here, announcing on August the 29th, they did this loan. And this is one of the weirdest scenarios. I have never seen a company do this. So the company is the one that is giving the loan to a investor. So if I'm reading this right, it is relatively early, but looks like BLMZ did give a loan of 200 million yen to Cyberstep, which is one of its principal shareholders. So kind of crazy. Looks like they're going to be getting 2% interest. So that is relatively low if you ask me. Especially the market cap on BLMZ right now is 30.89 million. So kind of shows that they are at a substantial discount, or again, there's a lot of different grayness, but based on their earnings and how much revenue they've generated, I think this is shows that they're somewhat alive. So maybe this is what is really fueling the market right now, and of course its own technicals. Shorts kind of non-existent with them, so 1.99% of the free float is being shorted, which is kind of unique. I would have anticipated shorts to be a little bit more active on a market cap stock of this size, but right now with it at 301, it is trading between this R1 and R2, so watch for 305. In my opinion, given the market momentum, I think that it will break above this and trade between this R2 and R3. But what do I know, right? Not a financial advisor. You guys do whatever floats your boat. But flip side, just watch for 256 for the strong support. Moving on, NIO is going down slightly. So another one of those stocks that no news, but it is its own technicals. Its technicals, like, it's ran up quite a lot. Over the last 5 days, it is up 31.68%. So no stock really goes up that much without having some consolidation. So I think this is more minor consolidation. Same actually happened yesterday pre-market. It was slightly red, and then the market just took it off. So similar nature I could see happening today as well. As far as this, so 13.09% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 170.86 million shares. So shorts definitely have been all around NIO for this last little bit. I think they were just doubtful of their earnings and just maybe anticipating more negative macro events possibly, but NIO right now with it at 544, it is trading between this R1 and R2, so 548, definitely watch for it to regain some strength and stay above that. Flip side, 519 will be the strong support, and even if it does pull back to this 519, so this R1 for consolidation, it still has done a lot of good things over this last week and a half, so kind of baby steps, I guess, if that makes sense. And plus, again, if it does consolidate, that does help the technicals behind the scenes. So that's kind of a positive note. Palantir, they went up phenomenal, like 14%. Right now, pre-market, it is somewhat flat. No actual news from the company itself, just a lot of good momentum, not heavily shorted. So 3.04% of the free float is being shorted. Actually, and it is something to note that shorts did increase yesterday, with it running up 14%. So yeah, definitely Palantir is one of those beasts of a stock. We just don't know exactly where it'll go. It could go either direction. Pre-market, it went, I think, a low of 34. So it's definitely looking like it might make another 52-week high, but right now with it at 34 and change, it is trading between this R1 and R2, so just anticipate a lot of volatility in the foreseeable future, but 33.16 will be the strong support. Flip side, 35.96 will be that next strong resistance slash target, and the options are kind of signaling the exact same thing, that it can go to around that $36 range. So something once again to keep in mind. And Lucid, so I do cover Lucid quite a lot. They've been hit abnormally, so it ran up a lot without any news, and it went down without any news. So it's kind of a unique circumstance, but they do have something coming out today, and so you can kind of see it right over here. So today is officially their technology and manufacturing day. I'm going to be live streaming this on a side note under my dedicated Lucid channel. So if you guys are curious and want to participate, it is at 10 Central, 8 Pacific, and whatever else. So yeah, I think there should be some pretty good stuff that is said there. It is also very heavily shorted, so 27.54% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 247.02 million shares. And right now with it at 356 and change, it is trading between this S1 and pivot. Similar to a lot of the other stocks that I talked on, it's been going up and down very fast, so that does mean the fib levels are very wide. So 313 will be the strong support, and then you have around that $330 or 330 to be that 50-day moving average for it. So that's typically a very big pivot, and then 375 will be that next strong resistance slash target. So it does look as though it wants to break to this pivot point. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you own any of these stocks? Is there any other stocks that is on your watch list today, and why? One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. This is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.